The Galactic Council's chamber was chaos. Delegates shouted over each other, their voices clashing in a storm of panic. Holographic maps above the table showed red zones spreading like fire through the Orion Arm. The Carthan fleets had been broken. The crystalline Illith colonies were under siege. Even the Jughar, the strongest of the Council races, had fallen back behind their fortress worlds. The invaders were unlike anything they had faced before, vast, insected swarms called the Keth, consuming everything in their path. Their ships were organic hives, their soldiers tireless, their hunger infinite. "We cannot stop them!" roared General Vrox of the Jughar. "Every defense collapses. Every army falls. Even our strongest walls crumble." Ambassador Kalyth of the Illith chimed in, her crystalline body flickering. "We must evacuate sectors. Abandon the frontier. Delay them until we can." "Until we can what?" the Carthan warlord snarled. "There is no stopping this tide." In the middle of the storm sat a human representative, Captain Elias Ward. He had remained silent through the hours of arguments, watching as one species after another offered plans that all ended in retreat. At last, he leaned back in his chair, exhaled slowly, and muttered words that silenced the chamber. "Fine. I'll handle it." The aliens froze. Some blinked in confusion. Others laughed nervously. "You?" Vrox bellowed. "One human warship? One species of Death World primates? Do you think you can stop what the galaxy cannot?" Elias stood, his voice calm but edged with steel. "You asked for humans to join this council. You praised our creativity, our resilience, our refusal to yield. But you never understood us. You never asked why we survive when others fall." He pointed to the map, to the spreading red swarm. "You call this unstoppable. We call this Tuesday." The council tried to protest, but humans worked quickly once the decision was made. Within hours, Elias was aboard the UNS Dauntless, a ship that looked small compared to Jughar War dreadnoughts or Illith crystalline leviathans. Yet inside, its systems thrummed with brutal efficiency. The galaxy fought wars with tradition. Shields layered on shields. Fleets locked in honor-bound duels. The humans? They fought with desperation. With ugly, clever, terrifying improvisation. The Dauntless jumped into the red zone alone. The Keth swarm filled the void like an endless storm of wings and teeth. Their hive ships dwarfed the human vessel, organic titans bristling with spines and living cannons. They converged, confident this small metal intruder would be swallowed like all the rest. Elias gave his first order. "Release the decoys." Dozens of small drones scattered, each broadcasting false signals, confusing the hive's senses. The swarm staggered, trying to recalculate. Then came the second order. "Deploy the fire." The Dauntless ignited compressed fuel. Canisters, primitive, barbaric compared to sleek plasma weapons. But in vacuum, the fire blossomed in ways the Keth did not anticipate. Their organic hulls cooked, their wings burned, their coordination faltered. The swarm regrouped and raged. More hive ships surged forward. "Now!" Elias whispered. "Time to show them what fine, I'll handle it really means." The Dauntless dove directly into the swarm. Its railguns thundered, not aiming for center mass, but for the joints, the fragile places where living armor met soft tissue. Every shot was a scalpel, tearing weaknesses open. The ship's eyes screamed warnings, hull breaches, critical stress, ammunition low. Elias ignored them. He pushed harder. The Keth closed in, surrounding the human vessel, ready to devour it. That's when Elias used the weapon no alien had ever considered, gravity charges. Designed in desperation on some forgotten battlefield, these crude devices tore at spacetime itself, collapsing local fields. Shields failed, organic nerves shorted, Fleet stumbled as the laws of physics twisted. One by one, hive ships collapsed inward, crushed under the weight of their own mass. The swarm broke. For the first time, the Keth retreated. Hours later, the Galactic Council reconvened. The chamber was silent, the delegates staring at Elias's bruised, exhausted figure. The Dauntless limped in orbit above Earth, half its hull shredded, but alive. Victorious. "You?" Brox began, his thunderous voice uncertain for the first time. "You drove them back. Alone." Elias sipped water from a battered flask, then shrugged. "They'll be back. They always come back. But now they know, when humans say fine, I'll handle it, the galaxy had better get out of the way." The Illith ambassador flickered with awe. We do not understand." Why risk annihilation? Why face them alone? Elias finally smiled, though it was tired and grim. Because survival isn't about strength. It's about refusing to lose. You all see an enemy too big to fight. Humans? We just see a problem that hasn't met the right kind of stubborn yet. The chamber fell into silence once more. Not out of fear this time, but out of recognition. For the galaxy had just learned a truth humanity had carried for millennia. When others falter, when hope dies, when all strategies collapse, humans don't surrender. They grit their teeth, mutter, "Fine, I'll handle it." And then they do the impossible. From that day on, whenever a crisis loomed, the council no longer argued for long. Because the moment a human stood, stretched, and spoke those words, the galaxy itself braced. Knowing lockdown was the only safe response to what would happen next.